Hey y'all, I have a team of little gurus when it comes to the computer and having conversations with all of y'all out there, and they hear a lot of requests from y'all that I might not ever see if it wasn't for them. And they're a big help to Teresa and Eddie. So one of the requests was, show me 3 ways that I can cook bacon. Well, actually, I could show you 4 if I was in my house with my deep fryer, because I can cook bacon for 30 people in about 10 to 15 minutes in my air fryer. In my deep fryer, because one time I got in a bind and I was behind with my bacon cooking, and so I said, heck, I'm gonna drop it in my deep fryer. I did, and people fell in love with that bacon, because it's, especially if you like real crisp bacon, which I'm not a fan of real crisp. I like a little bit of that fat still kind of looking a little white. So that would be my 4th way. But my first way is my air fryer. That's the first way. So I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to look. I'm going to look on my icons, and the closest one to this is meat, and that's at 400 degrees. So I'm going to set this to 400, and I usually put everything on like 10 minutes, and then I will check it. Now, I'll tell you how we cook bacon in the restaurants. If you're serving bacon, especially like for breakfast in your real busy restaurant, you have to bake it on huge cookie sheets in order to do it perfectly cooked and a lot at the same time. So I'm not cooking much, but I'm gonna put this in our oven, and I'm gonna put our oven on 375, and before it's over, I may turn it up. I love cooking it this way or in the air fryer, because y'all see I've got my mama's grease can back here, and this is what she kept her bacon grease in. And all these years later, I do the same thing, and look, it's empty. It's empty, so I need some bacon fat real bad. And using the air fryer or the oven, I can catch every bit of that bacon fat. Now, my least favorite way to cook bacon is on top of the stove. And that's probably the most way that people would cook bacon, I have a feeling.
You know what?
Eddie's raising his hand. What?
No.
What?
Teacher.
What?
I know.
What, little Edwin?
I know a 5th way.
You know a 5th way?
I use the microwave.
Oh, that's right. There's 5 ways. Eddie quickly reminded us, because this is real quick.
It's not as good.
No, it's not as good. But if you're cooking bacon for 1 person, this is the way to go.
Or a dog.
Or for a dog. Your dogs sure are spoiled.
You mean your dogs?
Y'all, Eddie, when we moved into Bobby's house, I just couldn't bring 3 dogs here and a cat. So Eddie got custody of Gus and Max, and I have custody of Lulu and Pumpkin, the cat. So listen, Eddie has spoiled those 2 dogs. So when we get moved back in Dogwood, those dogs are probably going to want to still stay with Eddie. All right. So, like I said, I think this way is the most popular. And if you're gonna cook it on top of the stove, you need to put your bacon into a cold pan.
Why is that?
I think the reason for that, Teresa, is maybe shrinkage.
Okay.
Would be what I would think, you know, heating it up slowly.
And spattering is horrible. in that-
Oh, it
to do
is.
that way.
But you know, they've got those splatter sheets, little circles. They look
Oh,
like
yeah.
a colander that you can get when you're frying chicken or frying chicken livers. Heavens to Betsy, if you're frying chicken livers, you're gonna walk away with scars, probably on your face and your arms.
Ooh, that's not good.
So those little splatter things are nice. I've had one before, but
It's
when I
packed
cook
away.
when I cook chicken livers, I know to take my fork and poke the hell out of them, and that will stop them from popping so bad. I mean, they'll still pop a time or two, but just take that fork and stab them and stab them and stab them. Okay, y'all, I'm coming back in for a quick update on this 3, really 5 ways to cook bacon. I came up with a way and Eddie came up with a way. So I told you that you should always start your bacon in a cold pan. And bacon in all of my black cast iron cookware, my bacon has a tendency to stick in my cast iron, so you'll make sure if you're gonna cook your bacon in a cast iron that you spray it so it won't stick on you quite so bad. So this is what it looks like after 10 minutes, and I'll be totally honest, y'all. Eddie walked over here, either Eddie or Teresa, and said, gosh, this bacon's not doing a thing. That's because I left it sitting in a cold pan. So I turned this on and I'm cooking it on like kind of medium high. And look at this now. This is the bacon. The bacon, the bacon, the bacon.
And that's been how long?
Well, I set it on 10 minutes, y'all. And then it looks so pretty at the end of 10 minutes. So I turned it over, I flipped it over, and I put it on about 8 more minutes. So that's looking great. All right, so this, the bacon in the oven has been going the same amount of time this has been going, which is maybe 12 minutes. So this is what the bacon looks like in the oven. And that really, but because I don't have one, I really should have had a rack on that cookie sheet so the bacon wouldn't be sitting in its own fat. So this is a great way to cook bacon, especially if you're having a brunch and you need a bunch to get one of those restaurant big sheet pans. And like I said, I just love to be able to collect my bacon grease. It's hard in a microwave and it's impossible in a fryer. My deep fryer. What did I call it, Eddie?
Yeah, the deep fryer.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay, another update, y'all. The oops,
Watch it.
you better not bite me. So the one in the pan is actually cooking the quickest. But you can see I'm only cooking 3 pieces. And I'm gonna turn that now to straight medium. And if we were cooking for, say, 8 people, this would wind up taking you a good while. Because you'd have to do it in shifts. Okay, it's looking good, looking good, looking good. Okay, now our one in the air fryer has now completing the 8 minutes. It was first 10 and then 8 more minutes. So we'll see what we have here. I would say like perfection. Like perfection. So this cooked in 12 plus 7, 19 minutes. And I could have gotten a lot more in here besides just these 4 pieces. So y'all can decide what works best for y'all now that you see 3 of the ways. Plus, I can get every bit of that bacon fat and get it in my mama's little can. Okay, so this one is next. So I'm taking this up, I'm gonna cut it off. And I'm taking that up. And you see how easy that fat's gonna be to render that. All right, now let's take a look into our oven. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to get me a,
You're in hog heaven with all that oil,
yes,
aren't you?
yes.
And not for the fun of a hog.
I am so happy. I'm gonna be able to fill up Mama's bacon grease pan. All right, so I'm gonna take this out so we can look at it really, really good. And like I said, this should have been cooked on a rack, so it wouldn't be sitting in its own fat. And I did spray this pan. And you see it's still, uh-oh, that eye is still hot. I've got to get that off that hot eye. So, if I was cooking for a huge crowd, this would be my favorite way to cook bacon right here. So
Going with the air fryer.
You're going with the air fryer?
Mm-hmm. Easy.
I mean, it's
Quicker.
easy peasy.
The cleanup's looking a lot easier.
I'm looking for my spatula. Oh, where did my spatula go? There it is. All right, so this still kind of stuck a little bit, but I can get it right off with my spatula. And I'm going to get a clean pan to put this on. And I'll bring them up here under the light so that y'all can look at every one of them. That one kind of tore up. But like I said, at the restaurant, we cook this on a rack in really big sheets, cookie sheets, restaurant size cookie sheets. Okay, so this is the oven. This is stovetop. And this is the air fryer. This one is definitely the most messy.
The stovetop.
The stovetop.
The spattering is what's crazy.
Yes, yes. And
The air fryer,
Look
I
at
think,
the air
looks
fryer.
like the
I do want to show
leanest.
this because I think people, I love this.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes,
I'm a little bit of a healthy person.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I
Wait,
can
wait,
get-
wait. I'm gonna have to get you something that will
Lift.
without flipping it all over you.
So you didn't have to find a grate. You didn't have to do anything.
Right.
The grate was with it. I wonder if it's gonna.
All right, why don't you pour it into this one?
And you don't see any of the oil,
Yeah,
which is beautiful.
because the bacon
And
did
now
not
look
sit.
at all the oil that I'm adding to Paula's oil so that she
Yes.
can, so you don't even see any of that. And now
Yeah.
all I have to do
And neither
is
does
wash.
your bacon.
I put water in here with some, I promise, water, and it's done.
So
You don't have an air fryer. I just don't even know what to tell you.
I smell some bit of bacon renderings.
Yum.
So I'm gonna take this now and put it into Mama's can.
Now, what do you use the bacon renderings for?
I use them for fresh green beans, fresh peas. Let's see. Most all kind of vegetables in the pea family, Eddie. Collard greens, turnip greens. Naturally, not on broccoli or cauliflower. But look at that. So that'll get me through a good bit. And we hadn't even touched the pan yet with the renderings on it because it's still a little hot for me. Now I'm gonna cut this oven off so you can decide what works best for you.
I've already grabbed the air fryer.
Well, let's finish the.
I'm kidding. I'm using it for another recipe, just so y'all know.
So, the one done on the cookie sheet.
Yeah, the oven looks the juiciest.
Yeah, it's
And
the
then
juiciest. But definitely some hot spots, you know, in the oven. So I can just snap those ends that were in a hot spot. I can just snap them off. And some people may like their bacon just like that. I like mine more like this without the,
And no one will ever know the difference.
without the real brown pieces. Because like I said, I kind of like mine a little bit on the soft side. It's so good. But I truly think the air fryer wins kind of hands down.
Easy, fast,
No grease anywhere.
no splattering.
No splattering. Now I got to clean up the stove
Oh, wow.
from cooking those 3 little pieces. So y'all decide. Love and best dishes. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.